Hi, and welcome to our new episode for our podcast. I'm your host, Keja. I am the Director of Company Culture here at Cactus. For the following episodes, we will be featuring our company's core values, which are family, respect, compassion, personal growth, and teamwork. So every year, we choose an awardee based on votes of our winner that display these core values. So here with me today is our awardee of our core
Teamwork.
yeah, teamwork, Geraldine.
Hi everyone. My name is Geraldine. I'm married and have one kid, and yeah, that's all for me.
So, how long have you been with PacBiz and what drew you to PacBiz?
Actually, I've been with PacBiz for 5 years now and counting. And with that question, what chose me to PacBiz? For me, it's actually a blessing in disguise because I'm having issues with my previous company because of the schedule, since I'm a working student at the same time a full-time worker. So I decided to look for another opportunities, which brings me to PacBiz. I'm glad that I've heard from one of my colleagues before, Mami Joanne and Gladys, and then also Stephanie, that PacBiz is hiring. So I did apply. Luckily, I was accepted, and from there started a journey with PacBiz. So grateful.
Yeah, and I think you mentioned it has been great, a great
Yes.
journey when earlier. Yeah, so you've been awarded the teamwork, the teamwork core value for embodying it in a exemplary like way. So how do you define effective? By the way, what is your role at Practice?
Currently, I'm part of the training department as one of the trainer.
Right. So my next question here is how do you define effective teamwork as a trainer?
Okay. For me as a trainer, yeah, there were really a lot of challenges though. But one thing that I could say is that being a representation of teamwork, not only in the training department but all throughout operations, one must foster like open communication of uh, in terms of wherever we have new accounts, like communicating with other leaders to make sure that the trainees have been taken care of in terms of their schedule, in terms of everything that they need to make sure that the learning process is very successful. And then also, um, teamwork means respect also. It's mutual respect with one another within the team, respecting one's idea, and then being receptive to coaching. And then also, within the team, there should be an established, open, and clear expectation to what was being given. So, for example, with me, since I'm a trainer, it's expected that I would lead newbies and prepare them to become more productive once they're endorsed to operation. So we had to make sure that everything is set before giving them the ops for them to be able to
Yeah.
help.
Right. You mentioned a lot. Yeah. I'm just wondering what is like of all the things you mentioned, what would be like most effective?
So far with the experience, I've been with the training department for almost a year now, and one thing that I see that really represents teamwork is just collaborating with one another. Not only within the team of the trading department, but we need to collaborate with the operation teams. We need to collaborate with the admin teams to make sure that everything goes smoothly. Especially if we do have, especially in taking care of new accounts. So really need to collaborate with one another in order to make sure that there will be a success. Like yeah, just the recent successful accounts that we have.
Right. So do you have a process on collaborating? Like how you
Um,
collaborate?
Actually, in particular, just communicating well. communicating the challenges, communicating the success, the highlights, whatever we experience within the team, we share it to the management, to the operations, so that we will be aligned. And then from there, of course, if everyone is having the same path, then of course success is there
Yeah.
afterwards.
How do you like encourage every team member to be open? Since I know we have this fear, right? When we tell people that, oh, this is what's going on, you know.
Um, there is like one good example of that is that I'm actually a person. I choose not to. I'm not really open to anybody, but since I was given the chance to become part of the training team, I tried to reach out to my teammates like Miss Janet, Miss Philny. I've never, although I know Philny actually in the floor, but we're not really like close. But along the way, we're able to work it out. I reach out to them. So it would work actually if within the team there is someone who will reach out and someone who's going willing to accept the reach. I mean,
Yes.
somebody who will reach out because again, if you're going to reach out and then nobody would mind you, then of course it won't be successful. But so far, luckily within the training department, everyone is being, if we have, for example, we have issues, we have to talk it out, we have to sit down and talk about it, and then plans what needs to be done in order to address that matter. And eventually, we'll be
Yeah.
able to find something that would really help out and then solve the issue or the problem that we're facing.
Right. Was there a specific challenge I remember where you use like a teamwork? If there is.
Actually, there is a lot. If you will be with training department, there will be a lot of scenarios like that. So, one good example of that is every time we have this new account, um, first we need to talk it out within the team. So that means we have to share ideas, what needs to be done, what are the plans, what should be our next step to make this account successful. And then after that, once the plan is once the plan is already solid, then we would reach out to say account manager. We will reach out who's the person designated for this account, who's the right person to talk to, and then from there we will meet. We will schedule a meeting with them. Like reach out if we have any questions that we think they can answer, or if they have questions that we can help with, then it's like collaborating, and then it's really more on collaborating and then communicating very well with what should be done and what should be the next plan, and then just like that, that's sort of really communicating to the in like overall communicating to each and everyone who are who will be participating in that certain account.
Right. So yeah, since I think you've been talking about this a team, right?
Yes.
So I think, and this is an individual award. So I'm interested to know what's in you. I mean, they.
Actually, I was not really expecting that I'll be chosen to be
Yeah.
an awardee for this particular award. But yeah, I'm grateful for having those person. They're thinking that I deserve to win this award. But me myself, um, I'm sort of a person who's not really what do you call that, introvert or extrovert, but something like that. I'm not a person who's really good in social extrovert, yeah. But uh, with my previous account, probably they see me as representation of teamwork because
Yeah.
with my previous accounts before I was promoted to become part of the training department. I was with different taxi accounts, like really, really a few accounts. Not to boast, but it's really a lot. And then from
Yeah.
there,
True.
maybe they see me. Uh, God,
Yeah. So yeah, I think one of
maybe
it. Yeah. Okay.
okay, maybe they see me as a representation of teamwork
Teamwork.
because I usually reach out to my teammates, lead them,
Hmm.
advise them if they committed something like, for example, if we have escalations, I try to open, discuss everything on how could we improve and how not to commit that again because I'm seeing my like it's within me that once I'm working on that certain account, I would love it totally with all of my heart. I would give everything for that certain account because I know that this is my bread and butter and I have to take
Yeah.
care of it. Because without it,
Mhm.
there what will I know? I need not only the money but um like it's sort of it's your bread and butter so you really have to take care of it, something like that. So whenever or whatever account I'm with, I'm always like that. So probably that's the reason why they see me as a representation of teamwork.
Right. Yeah. They actually like. It's actually here. So they said, or your supervisor nominated you because you like to offer help for like covering and also monitoring trainings and accounts, right? And one interesting word here is an energizer bunny. What is that? What does it mean?
I believe Phil meant that way because maybe she said that way because I'm always up to overtime. So every time anybody needs, so long as I learn or so long as I know how to call taking in that certain account, so long as I know the process, I would be willing to do overtime and then help the account as well because I don't want missing any shift for any of my
Mm,
accounts. So as much as possible, if nobody can cover, then yeah, I'm here. Why not? Just like that.
yeah. So how does that, being someone who's willing to cover, um, what if they see you, they have that mindset, oh, I'm going to be absent today because Geraldine will be covering for me anyway. So doesn't that affect like teamwork?
Actually, there were times that that does happen because maybe they're expecting that someone will be able to come and cover the shift. But after that, I've requested a team meeting. I asked my supervisor. One good example of that is Miss Malot. She was my previous supervisor when I was with operations. I asked her that maybe we can sit down and talk about it, talk about the challenges, because told my teammates that yes, I am up to OTs, I'm up to working
Mm.
overtime, but it doesn't mean that I'll be always around. So we need to be responsible in every shift that we have. Unless it's
Mm.
emergency, then I'll be there. But if it's not really important, we need to make sure that that should be taken care of because it again at the end of the day it will goes back to us. So if we miss this shift, then we miss the reliability. It's negative to our clients' end. So they might took some of the hours and it would affect us. So in case of emergency, I'll be there. But if it's not really important, then be at least on your shift because again, we need to be responsible for our duties.
Right, and it's good that you tell them, the consequences, right? What the consequences to your team, and so they won't do that. And if ever somebody is can't go to work, they will also do what you're embodying it to cover.
Yeah,
That's actually
hopefully.
that's you really like embody like teamwork. So yeah, really commendable.
Thank you.
And yeah, you're true. And your supervisor said here that you're comfortable to talk to, and you do not hesitate to share your thoughts and feelings about situations concerning work. That is
Yes,
good.
I agree. Because although before I don't want to like offend someone else, but being part of PacBiz allow me to grow. Actually, personally, I grow um, in terms of professional. What do you call that? Professionally, I grow with PacBiz, so I in my mind, so we need to practice that as well because again, at the end of the day, whatever we do in this, for example, if we venture to another opportunities, whatever we do here, it would reflect to the next opportunity that we
Yeah.
have. So if
True.
you're doing great here, of course, I believe you will do great more if you're getting more opportunities in the future. So why not practice it now and then apply it later on?
Yeah.
Di-
So, Joy, can you share a memorable moment when the spirit of teamwork was particularly evident?
there were a lot actually, but I can cite some. First is when I'm with one of my taxi account. Um, there were times where the client decided to take some of the hours. So I'm really quite worried. Why did it do this? It would mean less hours for us. So eventually, I'm afraid that there were times and days that each day they're taking out an hour or like an 8 hour shift. So that would be a deduction to the working hours of the agent. So I talked to my TL. Can we have an account meeting, miss? Because I'm thinking that we're losing hours on this account. So, what are the challenges that we have done or that we've committed for them to decide like this? We chat down, set out, and then we've talked about it. And then eventually we work hard. We made a plan that we need to do our best. We need to follow what was being told to us to like follow the process correctly, do the process correctly. Eventually, the client decided to give us back the hours.
Wow.
So we're grateful. And doing that, I believe that we've been giving them a very good outcome. Therefore, they've decided to give us back the hours. And right now, I'm so happy that they've been giving us more hours.
Wow, yeah. It was amazing, no?
Yes. Another example of this
Yeah, sure.
is when I'm already with the training department. So we have this new account. Clients right now are very, they have this very high expectation from us. And then since we're hiring newbies, they don't have like certain experiences with taxi accounts. And it works differently from this previous account. So they're really having troubles or challenges. And I've seen how QA department, supervisors, AMs, and then training department work together just to, make this account successful. So yeah, saying that we can really work as a team, and that being said is
Awesome.
a representation of a great teamwork.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks for sharing that. Yeah, there was such a good example of a actually memorable, right? Because we were able to bring the client back. Yeah, it was really memorable. So thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
So yeah, as we come to the end of this podcast, what guidance would you give to our audience on promoting effective teamwork within their organization?
Actually, for everyone, just have a few notes, key notes to remember in order for the team to work properly. We just need to have first is clear communications. That is very significant in every member of the team, because again, without proper communication, it would mislead one information to another. So proper communication is the best key to like success. And then second is uh, every member should be receptive to coaching, because that will help us improve ourselves in case we made some challenges, and then eventually we can work it out, and then be more, proficient in
Yep.
what we're doing. And then we also need to recognize each of the members' ideas and contribution to the team, because that would also boost their, their inner attitude of doing their best in the things that they're
Yeah.
doing and the tasks that had been assigned to them. And then lastly, collaboration to other team members, that not only within your team but to other members, so that that would also result
Yeah.
to collaboration and cooperation, and then eventually that would make everyone be at the same the same, what do you call that, the same goal. If they have the same goal, then automatically they'll be able to conquer what is the goal of the company or the team.
Wow, those are great advice, and you did give an example like earlier around those tips that you gave. So thank you so much for being our guest today, Je. I've learned a lot from you, teamwork, and even the processes on how to, make an effective team, right, to reach your goal. So again, thank you, and this is Jay. She's our awardee for our core teamwork.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for having me.